Yeah, the build up for NBA finals is strange because everything changes, your routine changes. So just small things like you can't hold practices at your practice facility in the NBA finals. You have to hold your practices at the arena, and that's to accommodate media. So they usually have 100 or 200 media that are on the court before you train, and you have to go out there and be available for about an hour before practice for about 30, 40 minutes. And it's just a free for all. They can just walk up to whoever they want to talk to. And then when practice ends, you do some more media potentially again. So those kind of things are a little bit different where you're like, we're not in our practice facility anymore. Now we're going to go to the arena. I think Golden State now are okay because I believe their facility is in their arena, which helps. But I know when I was back with the Warriors, we were in Oakland. Our facility was separate. So that kind of changes, a whole lot more time for that kind of stuff, media and doing different kinds of events and stuff leading up to it. But the distractions you got to kind of put aside. It's what both teams have to go through. There is a lot more travel. So as you know, it's east to west. So I think one of the longest flight routes in the US is Boston to San Francisco or Boston to LA. So they're going to be flying 5-6 hours in between games. Games 2 and 3, and then obviously if it goes 7, every other game they're flying. So that'll take its toll as well. So there's a lot of different things you got to kind of refocus on just the game. It almost feels like at times once the games start, it's like we're here, like the game's starting finally, because there's just so much stuff between those games to get through. For a championship, you got to have a team effort, and it takes different guys in different games. So you might have a shocking first game, but you come and contribute in the second game, or vice versa. Or there's guys sometimes on a bench that don't play in the first 2 or 3 games, and then all of a sudden they get thrown in there. So you have to be ready when your number's called at all times, and it's just going to take contributions from different guys. And we saw that with Golden State in that Dallas series. Kevon Looney, who didn't play a lot in different phases of the playoffs, comes out and averages 10.6 and 10.6 a night. It's going to be guys like that can get your team over the line. So if I'm looking at Boston, it's going to be White. It's going to be Marcus Smart's going to have good offensive games for him. Al Horford's going to put up some better numbers. It's going to be those kind of guys that come into the game and tribute. Grant Williams will be another guy. We know what Tatum and Brown are going to bring for the most part, same as the Warriors. We know what Clay and Steph are going to bring, and even Jordan Poole. It's going to be the Draymond Greens, Kevon Looney's, Otto Porter, if he's back from injury, those kind of guys that can really turn a series in one or 2 games. Oh, well, yeah, after you win it, the Warriors hadn't won a championship in God knows how long when we won our first one, and we weren't a team that was necessarily picked to win it neither. So it was very, very fulfilling. They have an unlimited amount of champagne in the bag. It's outrageous how much champagne bottles they have. Like, it felt like we were opening and pouring bottles on each other for about an hour, and there was just more bottles coming. So the NBA does a really good job of making sure I reckon they would have had, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bottles of champagne. So that's the first thing you celebrate. And then, you go to get your photos of the trophy. And then, eventually everyone plods on back to the hotel. We're on the road. So I assume if you're at home, there'd be a party organised somewhere. And then we all booked out a restaurant in the hotel, and we were there till 6, 7 in the morning, just talking to different people and smiles and laughs. And it's kind of a big weight lifted off your shoulders, on top of being a great moment as well.